The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everybody, to the official space section of the chart.
The truth! You can't handle the truth!
Sir, you're out of order. Out of order. I show you out of order.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Real Debaters podcast. We're your Real Debaters this week. And this week on the show, we're celebrating what three childless dudes ought to celebrate together. This is the Disney Princess bracket debate.
You're going to decide at home which one of us can't have children and which one of us are not allowed.
Exactly. We would love to hear from you by the end.
It's like your own version of fuck, marry, and kill.
That's right.
Except no children, and definitely no
Should
children.
not.
We are missing our tried and true Temple of Disney. Emily is not here today. We would have loved her to be
Emily
here.
and Rob.
Emily and Rob, who have children. Mark, too. Who,
We all have children.
All the people on the show who have children are not on the show this week, arguing a huge topic, Disney princesses. In honor,
we need that, though. I mean, we were all kids once, and all these movies came out when we were kids, so we gotta have a point.
We
have
know
some
that was like
insight.
30, that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, but okay, and to be fair, we always preface this on the show by saying these are our picks. I am responsible for this one. Do not come after Martin or Jimmy for this. I made this list. So we have 8 classic, 4 honorary, somewhat subjective, arguable, if you will, debatable, if you might, maybe or maybe not princesses that are on the list. We're going to give you who we think the best Disney princess is by the end of this, and we're also going to do a little moment on the Snow White bullshit that's going on in the world, and do we or not we CGI dwarfs? Do we or not we do this movie?
At least they didn't fucking Hugh Grant it.
That was Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, that's an Oompa Loompa, Mike.
Oompa or Oompa?
Oompa.
It's never going to change, man. It's
2
never
O's.
going to change. At least they didn't Hugh Grant and put a big person as a little person when there's a whole litany of little people you could have hired.
Just have Andy Serkis playing all of them.
Incredible.
Yeah, I just lost my headset.
Incredible.
If it's CG,
So true.
you know.
Is Deep Roy still alive?
Yeah, I think he's maybe. I don't know. I don't think so.
Deep Roy, deep cut.
Deep. Are you deep in our hearts, Deep Roy? Before we get into it, though, we just want to tell you a few things. First things first, we have a hosting gig. We do. We've been hired. We've been tasked with hosting C4 Comic-Con at the Kaboto Center March 29th from 10 to 5. We'll be there from 11 to 5 because we're old and we don't have kids, so we don't have to get up when we don't want to get up.
That's very true.
And but we are going to be hosting it. We're going to be there all day. We're going to have a rotating litany of debates for you to take part in. We're going to be off in the corner. That's where they put guys and gals like us. Rotating. A list of rotating, hourly, topical, Comic-Con based debates that we'll be having. And if you just want to come over and interrupt, we did one of these before. We did which one did we do? The Fringe Fest.
Yeah, we did Fringe Fest. We kind of just set up outside. We were not legally a part of Fringe Fest, but boy, did we set up outside, and we made people talk to us about plays and movies.
I think the question was movies are better than plays,
Yeah.
just to get people to come over. And then we were like, no. Like, we love plays.
No, we don't.
No, well, you don't. Well, you don't speak for me.
Plays are fine.
Plays are great. Plays are live movies.
Yeah.
So
is Fringe Fest really those plays? I don't know if they're plays.
Jimmy,
They're just
tell the good people if they
live
don't
performances. I wouldn't consider those plays.
Yeah,
live
hey,
performances.
Fair enough.
Was Mayo Enema Guy a play, Michael?
Well, you keep
Yeah,
saying
that wasn't a play, man.
you keep saying that
That man was not playing around at all.
Listener, if you think we should do Fringe, if we should be friends at Fringe, and do something like what we can possibly do, let us know. Because Jimmy thinks
We can't afford to be at noon in a library in the middle of the week.
that's the problem, right? So, like, if we could somehow fandangle, like,
I learned you can find your own venue, and if you find your own venue, you can apply and then get a part of it.
Oh, that's really cool.
So if we had our own venue, we could set up our own times and then do it that way.
Interesting. We know some people with venues.
Exactly.
They just have to say yes.
They just have to say
Anyways, yeah, so we're doing this Comic-Con thing. This Comic-Con thing is
C4.
C4. It's put on by String Bean Comics. That's Mark. That's Troy. That's Mark from the show.
This is the collectors convention.
Tell him,
you
Jimmy.
probably went in October to the Winnipeg Comic-Con.
Probably did.
That's where you're going to meet your celebrities. That's where you buy your fun nonsense. But this is for collectors. This is where you're going to come get your sweet fucking action figures. This is where you're going to come find those limited edition comics that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
This is the place that you want to go.
Like graded comic books
Exactly.
that are worth thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Mark's got a 9.8 something in there.
He's got a lot of
It was a
9.
Spider-Man, I
Mark
think.
makes me go 9 point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? That's real nice.
That's real sweet.
That's
no,
really
yeah,
nice.
he's got a really good collection. So like Jimmy said, vendors like the 3D print guy is going to be there that we like from
That's
Comic-Con
right.
because he's local, right?
Yeah.
So if you're
Local
into your,
vendors. Yeah.
if you're into your community and you're into nerd culture and you're like nerds who like probably stay in your basement a lot of the time.
This is where I got
What
a
else
case
are you
of-
gonna do on the weekend? That's
Exactly.
Exactly.
You can celebrate all this fandom together 10 to
Take
5.
your kids.
The Kabuto Center has a great cafe. They're going to be doing food
Yep.
there as well too. I am of the understanding there is an appearance by a local cosplay troupe. I don't want to say anything just yet. So when I can say more about that, it'll probably be on social media. But
This
Jimmy's
is your
right.
local
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
It's your local Comic-Con. It's one day, March 29th. I think it's $5 at the door. It's like
Yeah.
super cheap, and
You might find something cool.
You might talk to us because I think we're kind of cool. You might find us, right? If you don't find an action figure, not a doll, but an
Yeah.
action figure.
$5 for a
that.
couple of hours of entertainment. Come on now, $5,
Right?
Couple
$5.
hours entertainment.
Pocket
Yeah.
change. Spend more on coffee.
They did a live Power Ranger fight last year.
They did with our speaker system.
That's
I felt
right.
I felt included.
That's right.
Uh,
Legally, they had to.
Jimmy, what's happening March 24th?
March 24th, we have Always Sunny in Philadelphia trivia at the Handsome Daughter. March 24th. Tickets still available. We're about a little over half sold out so far. So
Yeah.
you guys are going to want to get your tickets. You got a couple, maybe a week and a half.
I'm not ashamed. It's room for like 50 people. So like we are halfway over. So if this is something that you want to do, you've seen online.
You've watched them all. We're doing seasons 1 to 10. You know the show. This is where you can come and win some prizes. We'll send you the movies. Maybe you win a gift card to the Handsome Daughter as well.
Yeah. Like it's
This
a
is
win-win
it.
situation. Me and Charles have come up with a ham special, perhaps, and a milk special.
Disgusting.
It's and if you've been to a Real Debaters Trivia Plus
Rum, ham, and
event-
milk. What a good combination.
I know, right? Like, what are
It's
you
hot,
gonna-
it's hot ham water.
Well, could be. I mean, when you say rum ham, there's a lot of different ways you could go with rum ham,
Interesting.
and I think there's a lot of cheap ways to go. And if you've been to a
rummy
event,
glazed ham.
well, or even get like even more nuanced and get like shaved ham from the deli
Incredible.
and a shot of rum, and you have rum ham,
Yeah.
like you literally have rum ham. That we're low rent. We don't. We our props are inspired from the heart, but they might not be.
Shot
from-
of rum with a chaser of deli meats.
Yeah, like Black Forest, right? Or
The Black Forest. They make cake
No,
and ham.
yeah, but it's Black Forest compliments. It's not the brand stuff. We can't afford the brand stuff. It's compliments.
Yeah, it's gonna be the knockoff.
The beige forest?
It's gonna what's the other branch of Superstore?
Off-white chicken.
It's the same yellow store in town. What's that?
Oh, no frills.
No frills. It's the no frills ham.
Frills.
Yeah.
They call it no frills, and they are not kidding.
No Frills doesn't even have their own deli. They have to they get the prepackaged stuff.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
don't have their own deli in house.
It's too expensive.
That
to,
would be a frill to have a deli.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Tickets are on sale at the link in the show notes. They're also on sale on 3 Common,
Common, yeah.
which like we don't get paid to say this, but they're really great to host on.
Yeah.
Like if
If you're using Eventbrite, stop.
also not paid to say, but opinion nonetheless.
But there's a better way.
There's a better, more local, more grounded, more community way. And like, you know what? I mean, okay, we don't do this, and I'm just going to say this. They're a Canadian company. They're local. So if you're doing events and you want to support local right now,
Pretty
with
popular right now.
It's a big thing to support local right now. So pick 3 Common as your next like place to host your event and sell your tickets.
And also 3 Common, if you're listening, you can give us some money.
Yeah. Pay us for the next one. So that's those 2 things. March 24th, 7 to like 9:30. We send you home early. Jimmy mentioned prizes.
We're going to have a busy
specials.
spring and summer, too, so just keep an eye out.
We are. A Little Brown Jug and us, and we're looking at a few other spots.
Might be back at Assiniboine Park for movies.
There's
We're
that.
hoping.
Jimmy's right. We're gonna have a big summer. We're gonna have a big spring. We're gonna be out and about doing stuff. Patio trivia, I think, is gonna be
Hell yeah.
a thing. Outdoor under the stars trivia. Everyone's always like Folk Fest is where you go outdoor under the stars, and then the odd festival. trivia under the stars.
It's pretty fun.
That's pretty fun, right? You have stars, you have a nice night, you have some drinks, you have some idiots to laugh at,
That's
play
us.
along. It's cheap, it's good entertainment. I don't know how many more things I can say that are good about a real
We're gonna be
debaters
busy.
trivia night. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Buy your tickets. See you at the events. Come to the collector's show. Let's step off this mortal coil. Martin, what'd you watch this week?
I'll talk about what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to say, I watched also Venom and Last Dance, and I just
Me
wanted to do
too.
a quick thing about that.
Yeah, dude.
Did they get like a discount on all the Ted Lasso actors? Is that what happened with Venom and Last Dance? Because that's all I could think of. The whole movie was like, how many more Ted Lasso people are going to be on this fucking
Who's
movie?
in it?
They must have shot in the same place.
I think so. I don't know. Something. Well, the same place as Ted Lasso. The desert is where they shot this last movie.
Yeah, you know England, the desert in England.
I just always assumed Death Valley, California.
Yeah.
Right? You got a desert just outside of town.
Yeah.
They did.
But
though.
that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about. I also tried to watch Kraven the Last Hunter, but I pulled a Wicked and stopped at maybe 15 minutes in.
it just
and said, "Fuck
sucks.
this."
You can coin that as I Petrowed it if you feel like it, Martin.
No, I'm gonna say Wicked. I Wicked
You Wickeded it? Okay.
I pulled a Wicked.
All right.
I pulled a Wicked.
No, that's
It's
even
so,
worse.
so hard.
And, I couldn't
What
get
is
through
that
it.
noise?
I couldn't
What
believe
is that
old
noise?
Man Russell Crowe.
What is that? Someone tell me what that noise is.
It's rhino sound.
Is that him more? I haven't seen it.
No,
I just know
I
that
think that was 80 yard in.
I know that sound has never been made in movies.
Right.
And you know how the Wilhelm scream is
Yeah.
now used all the
I
time?
think that's going to be the
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be used for birth. I think that's going to be used for
I don't know.
for death, like a death rattle, right? It's
I
not.
didn't get very far into it. I might be an Irishman for me. It might take me a couple tries to get through it.
Okay.
An
Just to
Irishman.
finish
An
it, but-
Irishman.
I know. I just watched Venom, and then I watched Venom and that right after, and I'm just like, what am I can't do this. I thought Venom was okay. In all honesty, I thought it wasn't great, but
At least it was
you know,
fun.
I like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I'm a big Tom Hardy fan, and
Yeah.
he is the best Eddie Brock that's been portrayed so far. But
It's a
just
pretty
too bad
low
that they-
fucking bar.
Okay,
bad scripts.
we'll stop for a second. Topher Grace,
Yeah,
Tom Hardy.
that's it.
Is that the list?
Oh, that was the animated one.
Okay,
the
who
90s
voiced
Spider-Man
it?
animated one.
I
nothing live action.
We
but he was the
consider-
best. I think he's got to be. Even then, I think he's the perfect person to play Eddie Brock in general.
Okay, yeah, he's a good. It's a good casting.
Like body wise, like he has the build. Because Eddie Brock was a bodybuilder, I think, right? So I mean, he has the build of a big guy. And
he
that's
was
what Brock
always he was always big. Like he was
Yeah.
a photographer, but he was also a bodybuilder. Like he cared about his fit.
Is that actually?
Yeah.
Do you think there's actually one photographer who is a bodybuilder?
There probably is, I'm sure.
Like in real life.
Yeah. Do you think there is one?
Got to be in a town like New York where photography is
Yeah.
like a big deal, right?
But like, I mean, bodybuilder, like he does competitions and things.
Okay, I don't think there's. I think there's a fit photographer with a good bod, but I don't think he's, on a cycle.
Do you think
competing.
Do you think there are baby method actors,
Do I think a 6-month-old could grasp the concept
like a
of
Heath Ledger baby?
No. Wow, you were swinging so far into both directions.
What kind of weed are you smoking?
Yeah, dude, where are you today?
They don't have to method act; they're already a baby.
Right? Look, playing a baby like a baby.
He's the best.
He's the
Yeah.
I've
best
seen
in the
Roger
biz.
Rabbit. Don't fuck with me.
Well,
Yeah, that baby with a cigar is
See?
awesome.
what are you gonna say?
Thank you.
What are you gonna say? There's Boss Baby too. Like,
Yes.
there's actually 2 Boss Babies.
That's right.
That's
But yeah, so
Okay.
anyways, Venom Last Dance. I just wanted to
yeah,
talk about
dude,
that
totally.
just quickly. Just
how
'cause
many?
That's what I watched.
How many Venom horses out of
Just
You know,
five?
I'll give it a 6.
6? Okay.
Not
All right.
terrible. I mean, you watch it when you're a little high.
All
It's
right.
fine.
All right.
The one thing that did bug me was the father with the family. Like, why isn't social services taking away this guy's family right now? He drags his family across the states in a van to search for aliens. Like, and the kid, his youngest kid, is scared shitless, and he has no idea, and like almost gets his family. Anyways, but what I wanted to talk about, what I watched this week was I finished Invincible, the season 4.
Yeah.
It is
talk about
great.
it. Talk about it.
I love. So I don't know if there's a lot of shows that do this. I get this from anime a lot. The anime has like certain shows where they'll put the foot down on the gas pedal and never let go, episode after episode after episode. I think that's what Game of Thrones is trying to do, but the script sucks so much that they never got it. Like, it should have been like a hit episode each one. And I think with Invincible this latest season, that's what they did. Like, your foot is constantly on the gas pedal. You're constantly saying holy shit, and you're just white knuckling it all the way. Like, it's so intense. It's great. Like, this season is crazy. They got Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is awesome in it. Like, full Walking Dead cast back in this stuff.
That's
it's
crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah,
His character.
he does Conquest,
fuck,
right?
Oh my god, his
Yeah.
character sets shit on fire. It's awesome.
So he like, are we right on Viltrum? Is that where the story is?
No,
Is
it's on
No,
Earth.
no, we're still on Earth. Where
Really?
the story in this season, you kind of bounce back and forth between a few places, but it's mostly on Earth.
My one gripe is that they make the first episode, they pound it in your head, look at how strong and how tough Mark is. Like, his power's increased by this, his speed's increased by this, and he still just gets his fucking ass kicked all the
Because there's so
time.
many more people stronger than him. It's
I
crazy.
know, but like, goddamn, everyone else seems to have no problem.
Yeah, like the question is, does he ever become invincible?
I know that's the show, but it's just fuck.
So, you remember Invincible episode 1, the very last part where Nolan kills all the Guardians?
Yeah, it's
remember
the
that?
slaughter. Yeah,
Do you know the face you made when you were watching that?
yeah,
scene?
yeah.
Yeah, that's my face the entire season 4. Like,
3.
every episode of season 4, I had that face.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
That do you mean season 3?
It's season 4.
It's season 4
I
now?
don't know. Yeah, you're
Yeah, there's
behind
4
me.
seasons already.
Whoa,
You're behind
I'm
me.
in the middle of
Well,
season
they only
2
do like
right
8
now.
episodes. So.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's easy to watch. Martin, to your point about the gas pedal thing, I think from a
What other show does that?
well, no, what I'm saying is you see it a lot in anime. I just think that's interesting because in production costs, you can do that in anime because you're just like make whatever you want, right? Like you've got animation on your side.
That's why it's amazing.
That's
It's
why,
just-
yeah.
you can't do that in live action.
It's expensive
but
to do that in
what
live
TV show has
action.
ever done that? Has that ever been done in TV before, where they just put the gas pedal on? You're like, what the fuck is going on? Actually, you know what? Shogun was kind of like that from episodes like,
Yeah, the tension.
I want to say midway onward, they just put the gas pedal down and nothing ever stops. So Shogun was kind of like that.
It's not always like insane
Penguin.
action.
Penguin, if you don't include like the flashback episode, but even that one still, because it advances the plot, but not in the same way that the main story does.
It advances character development.
Yeah.
Not
I
the
liked
story.
Penguin, but it doesn't think it doesn't have that same feeling. I don't think it
Okay.
had that same feeling as like, like a Jimmy. You watch anime, right?
Yeah,
Like Jujutsu Kaisen. You watch that one?
yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like watching
I
that.
get what you're saying.
like,
It just
that
feels-
kind of feeling when it's just the gas pedal is always on, and you just what the fuck is happening? That's what season 2 was for that show. But I don't think I've ever seen a live action show except for maybe Shogun, where I was like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, how are they getting out of this? And yeah, I've never seen a show like that where
Yeah,
it's just
I
nonstop.
just-
Every show was a banger.
I just started
Like,
watching
every
season
episode.
2 again because of all of the
Mindhunter.
comments about it. Yeah, that too.
The perfect show.
The perfect show that will never be made again. May it rest in peace. Who's so you said Jeffrey Dean Morgan is? I saw a clip of somebody. Is he like a gray-haired older version? Okay, so
He is.
that's his character.
He's the guy that Thrag sends to fix problems.
Dude, his character, because you know how Viltrumites, they have names like Nolan.
Yeah.
They have a name.
yeah.
His character doesn't even have a name.
'Cause that's
his
just what he
character is
does.
named Conquest. It's
Yeah.
an action, and that's what his purpose is. His purpose is conquest. So I won't spoil anything of what happens, but just his character is called Conquest. That's it. And just imagine him showing up somewhere to,
Yeah, I really.
Shit happens.
I mean, that was the first time in a long time that a show really grabbed me. That first, when the fight.
And
the
you're not a
fight
big
in the
animated
end,
guy.
I'm not. The fight in the end and the fight in the end and then the slaughter and the final scene
Yeah.
is just absolutely insane for storytelling. I'm like, I didn't know you could do this. So yeah, I just did too much content.
Yep. Too much
I
content.
feel like what a really funny analogy for this is like, I feel like from season 1 was great. Season 1 was insane. It's like, when you first try heroin, never mind, maybe not heroin, but
Yeah,
when
okay,
you first do a
keep
drug
going.
for the first time, like, oh, this is insane. And then you need a higher dosage to get the fix
Yeah.
going. I feel like that's where we're at in season 4. Like, I need like so much. They give you almost an overdose of stuff, but it's awesome content.
All right, so 6. What's that? How many Viltrumites taking over?
I'm giving it
planets?
9 at
9.
least.
Sweet. Oh, I'm
Fucking A.
excited. We've watched the first 2 episodes, but I'm excited to pick it up again.
Dude, and the soundtrack as well that they do for that show is amazing. Like some of the songs,
Well, I mean,
perfect,
and it's
but,
cool too because
yeah.
like when they had a working
Check it out.
relationship with everybody in in Walking Dead, Kirkman can just be like, "Hey, listen,
you want to come do this?
You want to come?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a voice? Like, are you working?
It's crazy. Like it's so crazy because Kirkman has that thing where he has a certain way of writing where it's like if you love something, it'll get taken away.
Oh, so very.
And that's
R.R.
what
Martin.
that's what it's pretty much what
You're not happy.
Walking Dead and
yeah.
Invincible are, right? If you love something, you like a character, well, good
Fuck
luck.
you. Yeah.
Good on you. Fuck you. All right, Jimmy, what'd you watch?
I went to the movies and we watched Mickey 17.
And
Phenomenal.
You love it.
Oh, spectacular movie. And Mike, we were talking about this before Martin hopped on the call, but fuck, people whine and complain that there's no original movies in the theater anymore, and then something cool comes out and they don't go see
Right?
it. And then they still complain after. And we don't go see everything, but we make a habit to at least go once a month.
I would say between the theater or renting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching
We watch a lot of fucking movies.
4 to 6 new movies a month for sure.
But we can't let things like this bomb. This movie was so good and just such a fun idea. It's Boone. How could you?
It's the big one after Parasite, right? Like
Yeah.
he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
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 And like from start to finish, you're invested in the story. There's a lot of narration, but it's Robert Pattinson doing a fun voice. Fuck, I love that dude. If you told 2006 Jimmy that Robert Pattinson would be one of his favorite actors,
The vampire guy.
I would think I was completely insane. But my God, this man does not miss this last few years. My fucking God. I loved him in
Dude,
Tenet.
ever since Tenet.
I don't care what people say about that
agree.
movie. He was fantastic. Obviously, Batman, he's excellent. And this just shows his fucking range, this movie, because he's playing a goof. And, like, I haven't seen another movie where Robert Pattinson...
What's the one where he's like on? He's on a. Like
Where he's in 9/11?
No, there's that one.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you don't know it's 9/11 till the very end.
Amazing twist.
I mean, it's
hilariously pointless.
It's a Sophie's choice for
Yeah.
sure, right? That's what they're going with. But no, he did some like weird, like some drug fueled movie where he was a little bit of an idiot too.
Okay.
I'll bring it up. Keep talking.
My point is his range is just phenomenal. Love him and everything. He's a perfect lead in this movie. If you don't know what it's about, it's futuristic movie where the Earth is going to shit. You know, the classic people can't stay on Earth anymore, so they're trying to find a new planet kind of thing. And
As one does.
Robert Pattinson's on the run from a loan shark that helped him start a business that he can't pay back anymore. So he signs up to, I forget what the word is called, but basically his job on the ship when they're finding a new planet is he's a crash test dummy. So they make him, so they make him like go out into space without his fucking helmet on to see what would happen. Or they make him breathe in fucking nerve gas to see what would happen.
Sounds very German of an era.
And that's why he's Mickey 17 is because he's been dying.
The 17th
and they,
Mickey.
The 17th version.
They have a cloning machine. Like they call it a printer that just prints him out with his memories. They scan his
that's
memories every week so
mean.
he's updated.
Just put another one in
It's
the
like some
printer.
Westworld shit.
And he signed up to do this. And as he's signing up, everyone's like, "Did you read all the forms? Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I read them." And then you hear the narration. He's like, "Maybe I didn't read all of them."
The fine print.
Because
Is that what they get?
they're basically torturing him throughout this flight. But the side characters are fantastic, and you get to see all the fun ways that he dies, and you start to feel for him because he maybe doesn't like dying as much, and maybe it doesn't get easier each time he does it.
Well, and like I heard,
dying.
Well, it's because
Who
throughout
likes
the movie,
dying?
characters are asking them, like, they're like, "Oh, what's it like to die?" It probably gets a lot easier each time you do it, right? And the way that he's dying is just like the most horrible ways you can think of. Really.
you're not going out peacefully.
No, sometimes they just leave him in places because they're like, "Well, you'll die soon anyways."
That's why
and
you
we'll print
kill
you
the
out.
cow.
Yeah.
They leave him to bleed out.
Well, they're like, "Oh, it'd be too hard to get down there, and we can't risk anybody who can't be printed out. So
Wow.
you'll be printed out tomorrow. So see ya." It's pretty dark, but the way he writes comedy and the way it's maybe not the most subtle comedy there is, but boy, it's fucking funny in a
Well, there was-
theater.
Did you like
There
this one
was-
better or Parasite?
Parasite, it's two completely different movies. Like
Yep.
Parasite's absolutely deserved to win Best Picture. This isn't Best Picture by any means, but
Also written by him too.
yep.
Where would you watch
yeah.
it, Jimmy? Would you watch this in theaters, or
Dude,
would you
this-
watch like if you were to tell someone watch it in theaters, or would you watch it streaming, watch it on a plane? Like
Go
what
to
would
the
you
Go
do?
to the theater right now while you can.
Yeah.
Watch it at home if you just absolutely cannot go to the theater for whatever reason.
Rent it. Spend
This
money.
is a movie,
Spend money on it.
This is it. This isn't
It's one of the movies I
sequel.
wanted to see. It's on my radar. So.
You should go see
I
it,
like the
Martin.
director, right? So
He's amazing, and this isn't a sequel. This isn't like I think it was it was probably a book or something. I think
It's
it was
a better
based
idea
on.
than Anora.
Yeah. And you mean a movie that's already happened?
We've done an Oscars episode. We are also. I know we haven't acknowledged the Oscars this entire time, but I think that's a reaction episode.
we don't have to.
We're all mad. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I don't need to. We don't want to create rage bait because we're all a little fucking butthurt. So,
Yeah.
anyways, go on, Jimmy.
Incredible film. Go see it while it's in theaters, please. Like, you guys really want to see original movies, this is the one you should go
You
see.
praise the
How
fuck
many?
out
How
of
many
it.
Mickeys, Jimmy? How many Mickeys?
How many Mickeys?
Which
Oh.
Give it
number of
17?
Mickey would you give it? If he's 7, like let's do 1 to 10.
I really just had fun, man, and I think if you watch this in the theater or you watch it at home, you'll have the same amount of fun, but this is a theater experience, I think. I'd give it... let's give it 15 out of 17 Mickeys.
Oh boy.
Woo!
I really
That's
liked
an
it.
8
It
out of
was
10.
so much
I
fun.
like it.
Pattinson's amazing. It's a role I've never seen him do before, and he just nailed it.
I like Pattinson ever since
I love Tenant.
Tenet.
Yep. I'm 100% with
And
you,
even
Martin.
then, like he was good before that. Like he did a really good movie. Like he didn't play the main role, but he played a good movie where is it Charlie who something where he's an explorer. He goes down to like the Amazon and explores.
He's
It's
a
on
good
Prime.
Oh,
It was
the
a really good movie.
Lost. I'm on his page right now. Lost Kingdom of Z.
Lost Kingdom. Yeah, that one. That was a
haven't seen
really
that
good
one.
movie, and that was after
Cosmopolis?
This is before what was that movie? Before in Tenet, but after Vampire.
Guys,
Right?
he's
So,
a,
I don't even know
he's
the
a
name of Vampire.
Cronenberg buddy.
Twilight. Yeah.
He's just like he's a damn good actor, man. And if you don't go see this movie, I think you'll miss it.
It's good time that I'm talking about.
This could be something that becomes like it's fun to say now, but this
He's
could be a cult
taking the same
classic.
path as like a Heath Ledger. Remember Heath Ledger was kind of like that. Then he did the Joker, and he's like, oh fuck, this guy can act,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, and I mean, the thing about Pattinson too is he has fuck you money now.
Yep.
So
He can do
pick-
whatever he wants.
can
He's doing
pick.
the Daniel Radcliffe.
I was just gonna say, or
He's
is
doing the Rad.
or is Radcliffe doing the
The
Pattinson?
Pattinson. I'd say Pattinson's probably a better actor.
And both
but,
of these should be dances.
but
the
Radcliffe-
Radcliffe or the Pattinson.
and Elijah Wood. Like, it's all kind of the same
Right?
idea.
Yeah.
These guys have their money from their giant franchises, and they can now do the movies that they like.
Whatever
And
the
the movies
fuck
that they
want,
like
yeah.
are
no
fun
more
as shit.
1 for me, 2 for them. It's all
Guns
for me.
akimbo.
Good point, Martin. Yeah, no,
exactly.
it's all guns akimbo.
Guns akimbo. Come to daddy, and then there's fucking Mickey 17.
Yeah, I loved Parasite. Parasite, I didn't see a trailer.
Parasite's
I just
awesome.
watched it.
Parasite's amazing.
It was like, this story is
Best Picture.
so good. And then you find out like people actually would do that in
Yep.
South Korea, right? That's where it's based. Yeah, Korean.
Yeah, South Korea.
Thank you. But like the classism aspect of it all, like all the themes that go into something.
Oh, there's
so
a lot of
kooky,
classism in Mickey 17 too.
right?
Yeah.
Like you're beneath us, you're an employee.
It's a lot of that.
We're the boss.
Yeah.
Do as I say.
He's not subtle with those, but boy, oh boy, does he make it work.
I think
What'd you
this is a
see?
big thing in Asia. That whole culture of class.
Yeah.
Boss, employee. You know what I mean? That's
There are very
Absolutely.
firmly prevalent.
I think
yeah.
there than now.
You'll feel it in this movie too. What'd you watch, Michael?
We went and saw a horror comedy. And for all of you out there who saw the trailer for The Monkey and were like me and were very scared and didn't know what to expect,
I was very afraid. I was like, this is going to scare the piss out of us.
I honestly thought it was going to be a dark horror with a peppering
It's
of
Osgood
humor.
Perkins.
That's right.
You saw Long Legs.
Long Legs. Like I don't Long Legs was creepy AF.
There wasn't a happy thing about that movie.
No, there wasn't. Not even when Nicolas Cage was Nicolas. Like, I wasn't happy that Nicolas Cage was being this incredibly fucked up character.
I like T-Rex.
I haven't seen T-Rex. I haven't, and that's his like.
No,
fur-
that's the music that he's listening to.
Oh,
yeah, he's got the T-Rex poster in the background.
oh. There's also a movie called T-Rex. Maybe.
All right. Well,
anyways,
you mean
sorry.
Tammy and the T-Rex?
No, I'll show it to you after.
Okay.
I'm having a moment or I'm glitching. But yeah, so we went and saw The Monkey, and it's everybody. Osgood Perkins has a sense of humor, right? And so does Stephen King apparently too, right? Like both of them made this fun short story of his just fucking pop. And the dude, what's his name? Do you remember his name, Jimmy?
He's a White Lotus guy.
He's the White Lotus guy.
He was
I'll bring
White
it
Lotus
up.
2.
Yeah, I got it here. I'm on the list.
He's the douchebag in that one.
Can you do it? Can you do it before
No,
I bring
I don't
it up?
know his name.
Theo James.
Theo James.
Also, Theo James he's shot in Winnipeg before too. There was a futuristic movie
Yeah,
that
he did.
he did. The How It Ends, I
Yep.
believe, is what
Yeah,
he
he
was in.
did.
Great
actor.
Great actor. I will tell you will not be scared. I don't want to really ruin it, but think urban legend. think prophecy.
Oh, and he's playing the exact opposite of his White Lotus character.
Oh, 100%. Like if you thought he was a womanizing alcoholic cheat,
and he's playing twins.
He's doing double time.
Yep.
But the story is rooted in there's a monkey, it's a cursed item. We all love cursed items. Classic horror trope. And that cursed item follows them throughout their life no matter how they try to get rid of it. It starts with them as children, it finds them when they're adults, and they're really just going against what it is a strumming monkey. It is,
and they tell you that they're like, here's what it does. It kills people. Don't touch it.
Don't fuck around with it.
Yeah.
The first 6 minutes of the film,
they get it all out of the way.
They show you what you're about to expect, and then you go, okay, now I'm gonna have fun, right? Yeah. And it's like the horror gags in Scary Movie in a good movie.
Yeah.
like truly, and it's all about kill counts. It's all about blood.
It's about blood.
Like we just kept looking at each other and laughing.
Are they doing this?
And Osgood Perkins, as Osgood Perkins does, shows up. He plays.
He was great. Uncle Chip.
Uncle Chip and Aunt whatever, which was what's his face's
Oh.
daughter. Remember I told you what?
Yeah.
No. Canadian legend.
Yeah.
Levy. Eugene Levy. There we go. We're not that dumb.
Yeah.
Eugene Levy's daughter plays the aunt, but this sequence I have to mention. So the kids lose a parent in their life due to the monkey. The monkey's just slaughtering whoever it wants to slaughter. There's no rhyme or reason to the monkey. And they have to go live with their aunt and their uncle. And Osgood Perkins comes down the stairs, and he's about to explain to one of the two boys that this is what your childhood will forever be like from this point on. And he says, me and your aunt, we never really wanted kids. We just prescribe to a life of when we sit down, we don't want to get back up until we want to.
And boy, does that feel relatable.
And as soon as he said that, I was like,
hell
Jesus,
yeah, dude.
that's the definition of why I don't want to have children.
They're dinks, brother.
They're 100% dinks. And then he ends the sentence. He ends the sentence by saying, dinks of the 60s, before dinks was a word. He ends the sentence by saying,
and we're also swingers.
And we're also swingers. And with these giant
probably
chopped
didn't need to
sideburns.
tell his fucking nephew that.
Not needed, but like that was for
and
us.
We're also swingers.
So if you want a good time, again, like very cocaine
this is
bear.
like, go see this movie in the
go,
theaters,
go.
right? Like
the reason and I'm coming hot off the Oscars, so there's
Sure.
a lot of like negativity that I'm feeling from the whole.
I'm trying to get Zoe to go see this again.
Right, and I'll go see it with you. Like, I'll go give it.
I'm back on that train.
I will
you should
pay,
go see movies twice.
I'll
in
pay
the
for
theaters.
the movies when we go because you've already seen it.
Listen, and I get it. The movies can be expensive. Food can be
Did
expensive.
Martin just die?
Martin died.
Okay.
Just go on. Like if
Martin
you have to go
17?
on Tuesday, go. If you got to go on Tuesdays, go on Tuesdays. We love
Yeah.
going on Tuesdays.
Oh God, Tuesdays.
It's like $8.50 for a ticket.
Exactly. Like just the whole premise
Get a drink,
behind this.
get something. Because Michael explained to me that the movies don't make money off of the movies. They make money off the snacks. And I get it. You want to bring in your snacks, and the snacks are expensive. Get a drink.
I'll repeat it again. For the first X amount of days, depending the movie, the theater and the studio take a split of the profits. But the studio gets the most profits at the front side of that deal.
Right.
So if that movie doesn't pop in the first 2 weekends,
It's fucked.
it's fucked. You don't get the stories
Just
you
like
want.
Craven.
Just like Craven.
You'll get
We'll get Morbius back in the theater for a third
this
time.
Morbius anniversary release will happen 3 years after the movie,
So
and no one
excited.
wants that. So all I'm saying is yeah, Jimmy's right to the point where the longer the movie stays in the theater, the more money the theater makes because the profits get less,
Right.
which is why studios pull movies and go to digital release faster because it's still fresh. They make more money. Now they're only making money.
Right.
Just food for thought. But yeah, the monkey, like 8 out of 10. It doesn't have that much right to be that fun,
No, it didn't.
right? Like it just, I gotta stop doing that thing where I say right for you to agree with me. I know you agree with me, but it just it didn't take it so seriously. It's very cocaine bear.
Yeah.
Horror comedies, as much as we all want to be scared, and that's the reason you go to a horror movie. It's
It was
just,
expectation subversion.
Oh, 100%. I agree with you. Couldn't agree more.
Elizabeth Banks directed?
No, but it's I mean, that's you didn't think
You
Osgood
said
was,
Cocaine Bear, so I was assuming like, oh, she might have directed it.
For those who don't know, Osgood Perkins, the son of Anthony Perkins, Hollywood legend Psycho, is the maker of these films. So when you're raised in a home where like the first three big movies were classic Hitchcock horror films.
So he included a lot of themes of grief because I think his dad passed away from AIDS and then his mother passed away pretty soon after, I believe. I could be mixing that up, but he based it around that and just losing parents young and yeah.
And then being murdered by this little death monkey.
And
I
then
give
being
it.
murdered by a cursed monkey. Yes.
I give it 8 intestine poles out of
Beautiful
10.
way to open the movie. If you want to check out our Instagram page, Michael shared a very interesting how they did the Foley sounds for a lot of the guts and
Jimmy
blood.
shared it to me. I shared it
Yeah.
to the page.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's.
If you're interested in behind the scenes kind of stuff like that, it's pretty cool, and it'll make you want to go see the movie.
Yeah, because you'll be like, a pineapple, a watermelon,
A lot of fruit involved.
juicy punches. That's all I took away from it.
Peppers, crunchy, yeah.
Juicy and bed springs
Yep.
and all that stuff. So yeah, so that's that. I mean, we were all talking before the show. There's like, what about this? What about this? What about this? It's like that time of the year again, where like everything like it's spring. You know, people are stretching.
Energy.
There's good vibes.
Aura.
There's lots of, but it's like we were in for so many months. Why wasn't the TV out then?
Right.
Like 1923 is back. We're watching the Pets.
Yeah, give us it in the winter, please, when we have nothing to do.
Consider only Manitoba when making content, Hollywood.
Well, they don't want to release these movies when it's cold because then no one
goes
to
to
the
theaters.
theater.
Exactly. Welcome to Dump Month. Yeah, because it's now March, right?
It's now March.
So January, February.
It is March.
Yeah, it's been
We
a
are in
long
March.
time. So let's get to the whole point of why we've gathered here today. Jimmy, what time is it? It's debate time. Oh, yes, it is.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you were. I never would have agreed to work for you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Could you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
And as mentioned at the top of the show, you have 3 childless men who are going to be debating for you
Boys.
who they think.
Martin's
I
got
don't think
kids
I would
all
say
over.
men. I would say
Okay,
boys.
All right, boys. 3
Martin's got kids all over the world.
3 childless children. She's got some here, some there.
Some there.
I'll bring
You
the
get a kid.
ruckus.
You get a kid. It's
To
like
the
the Oprah of kids.
What
right?
kind of
I
jacket?
love that line.
Ejaculate. He's ejaculate everywhere.
Ejaculate. What kind of stain was it, Larry? It's kind of stain.
You
Gravy
say
stain?
it right. Martin says it right.
This is such a great.
Cyril? Cyril?
I totally want to debate princesses now that we've talked about ejaculate.
Can't
I mean,
wait.
the two of those
Let's do
things
it.
just go together.
Fantastic.
So, yes, as mentioned, this is what's going to happen. We've got 12 of them. We have a bracket. We have a professional single elimination bracket. We have been told that Emily thinks we're going to get this wrong, which we can't wait to let her down. More than anything, that's our goal here on the show. And as we always say at the end and the beginning and all throughout the show, that if you have an idea, we've definitely missed some princesses. There are 8 classic, 8 OG, and 4 arguable, debatable, if you will, characters that may or may not be considered princesses by you, and that's fine. That's fine. We live in an age of where we're trying to have discourse. So if you don't agree, please leave a voicemail. It's in the show notes. If you do agree, leave a voicemail in the
Leave
show
a bag
notes.
of flaming dog shit on Mike's lawn.
That's why I took my address down, because I was like, somebody might. Like, if they're like, it's a Friday night and they're drunk and it's
Yeah.
like, let's go fuck with the Winnipeg podcast that didn't include XYZ
That's right.
princess. So I can assure you
Don't put
that
it out with your boots, Tad.
Well, according to
Uh-oh.
Disney fandom, there are only 13
Registered.
princesses.
Yes,
Snow
I'm on
White,
the same page.
Cinderella,
Yep.
Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, Moana, and Raya.
All right, so let's start this. Let's start this shit show for you. So seed 9, you have Megara from Hercules. Hercules' crush. Hercules is, I mean, it's Hades' do-batter, I guess is a bad way to explain it, but like
Well, she was doing the work for him because she thought she would get let out of hell.
Exactly.
Right?
She
that right?
Yeah, she died. She wanted
We're going to
out.
get a lot wrong today.
We are, so if you can correct us in the notes. So we've got Megara, Hades' evildoer, the one who's tricking Hercules into falling in love with her, who eventually does have a change of heart, versus Mulan from Mulan.
Can we just give it to Mulan?
Yeah, do we got to waste points on this? My favorite part of Mulan.
We have to waste points. I don't want to waste any points on this one.
I'll
I'll give you 1 point. The movie is her name.
Boom. That's a good point.
That's a really solid point. The movie does focus.
It's not called
her.
Megara. It's called Hercules.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I like Megara. I love Hercules, but the movie is called Mulan, and the character is called Mulan.
I may have picked these, but we did let the randomness of this bracket do its own work. So
can I just say my favorite part of Mulan, the movie, is when the guy realizes that Mulan is a chick and decides, oh, I can't believe I was falling in love with a woman this whole time. Oh,
I guess I'm still hetero.
Damn.
Like, he is upset that it wasn't a man.
That's not my
totally
joke.
true.
I stole that, but god damn, is that true?
I'm not okay, and I also want to say I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, like, yeah, first of all, Mulan, completely about Mulan, comes from an incredibly tough time to be a woman, right? Trying to prove that, and she really doesn't prescribe to all the shit that women are of the time. Like, she wants to be a warrior, she wants to be a leader, right? And she has to come up from not only from being invaded, but under her father's rule. Like, there's way more.
I've got to save my points for this one for when it goes up against Belle.
It's gonna be
Tinkerbell.
tough.
All right, fine.
I gotta save my points.
Mulan's got Snow White next. Mulan's got Snow White. You know what else? Yeah, we got to save those.
Mulan's got a tough battle ahead. I'm just gonna say it's not easy.
Just like the movie.
And Mulan has a sword. Being
Mike,
sultry,
what's
right?
next?
Like, okay, fine. We have the Battle of the Bells, ladies and gentlemen.
We got the Belle of the Balls.
Belle of the Balls. We have Belle from Beauty and the Beast versus a classic, as I mentioned, not known princess, but a princess nonetheless.
From parts unknown.
We have Tinkerbell, the silent, strong type, versus Belle of the Ball, Belle from.
Well, so she's
I would go Tinkerbell, Gina Davis, Tinkerbell from Hook.
Ooh, no. Oh, you want to take that back. That's Julia Roberts, dude.
Julia Roberts, not Gina Davis. Sorry, Julia Roberts, not Gina Davis. Why was I thinking I was thinking League of Their Own for some reason.
That's fine. That's fine. There's no crying in Tinkerbell. It's fine.
Julia Roberts. Yes, Julia Roberts, Tinkerbell.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's different variations of Tinkerbell. There really is only one. There's two Bells.
Mm-hmm.
There's the live-action Belle, which I don't.
I think you can use both. You can use both.
Like,
in
the character
argument.
qualities are the same. But then you've also got the live-action Hook version, which brought Tinkerbell to actually being able to talk, to Martin's point.
Well, so she's small, and that's why you can't hear her.
Is that why?
Yeah, because she's so tiny.
So he doesn't have super hearing in
Peter
the anime.
Pan.
Yeah.
Well, Peter Pan's also a magical person.
So why can't we have magical
No, he's a
super
kid.
hearing?
He's a kid that got dusted with magical stuff.
Yeah.
He's a regular kid, but got dusted with magical fairy
So she
dust.
got dusted
That's what
with
happened.
deaf dust, and he got dusted
No,
with...
she's not deaf.
He got dusted.
She just can't talk.
Everybody can hear. She's just so small you can't hear. Didn't you see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah, they can't scream loud enough to their
That's
parents.
right. That's what I mean.
You're applying the same
So
science?
she's not silent. She just
The
she's just too
frequencies,
small.
Fair
the
enough.
wavelength.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I mean,
okay.
I like both. Personally,
What does Tinkerbell do,
I love
though?
Tinkerbell, but I also like Belle. I like Beauty and the Beast. It was a good movie.
Most
She was
successful...
Belle was the main character in Beauty and the Beast.
there's
She was the main
You're
character.
gonna say, okay.
I'd
the
argue the
protagonist.
Beast is also a main character.
They
in
both
that
are.
too.
They're both are leads. For
I'd
sure.
say
And you know what?
Tinkerbell, while not being
She
the
had to
main
put up with
character,
that Gaston, that gross dude Gaston. So respect
Oh,
for
shit.
that.
Oh,
no,
Jimmy
no
has
one
a theory.
fucks like Gaston.
No.
Tinkerbell, I think, wins this because she is not the main character in this movie, but she is the one that everybody remembers. I don't remember any of those fucking kids.
You don't remember none of the Lost Boys?
I remember Peter Pan. I know Peter Pan.
Yeah, whatever. It's
I remember
about Peter
Robin
Pan.
Williams more than I remember Tinkerbell.
People,
according to Martin remembers Robin Williams more than he remembers Tinkerbell.
I'd say people people do more Tinkerbell cosplay than Peter Pan cosplay.
I don't know about that, Tim.
I'm gonna go as Peter Pan cosplay this year.
I'm just to
Please
make him
don't.
feel good.
God, I hope you don't.
I'm gonna go as Tinkerbell cosplay.
Oh my lord!
That's what I'll be dressed up at Comic-Con.
I'll fly in. I'm in school, but I'll fly in for a weekend for Comic-Con.
I will
and
wear a
cosplay as Peter
pixie
Pan.
wig and a paper bag, and I will be Tinkerbell.
And I'll be a lost boy because I won't be there.
Okay, but
I like Tinkerbell. It's hard.
Guys,
I like Tinkerbell. I like Belle.
I honestly,
Um,
this is the same for Mulan and Megara for me. Where like
Really?
Belle is synonymous with like the all-American good
That's
girl.
the princess, yeah.
Belle is the strong type who can face a scary beast. She's
Win his heart.
comfortable in environments with talking clocks and candelabras. Like, she doesn't spook easy is what I'm saying.
I think the furniture is a better part of the movie than she is.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I like that. Well, the side characters like Lumiere, Cogsworth, fucking what's her name?
Mrs. Potts.
Just
what I'm talking
Where
about.
She Wrote lady.
It is, yeah, Mrs. Potts.
what's her name
Angela
again?
Lansbury.
Yep.
Angela Lansbury. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm
That's
just
what I
saying.
mean, those characters overshadow her, whereas Tinkerbell overshadows most of the characters in Peter Pan.
Are you just trying to be controversial and get us killed? Like I'm sorry.
You put her in this. You put her
I
in
know
this
I
shit.
put her in this, but
You put her in the shit, Mike.
I also put you in this, and I know you like to fucking stir the pot.
Have we all been to Disneyland? Have we all been to the park?
Yeah, and they both have both. Belle
Julie,
is
you
more.
been to Disneyland?
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know. Like for me,
World,
when I
not
think
Land.
of Disney princess, I just picture Belle in that
All right.
yellow dress.
Well, hey,
Belle in the
you know
yellow
what's a
dress.
vote?
That's one of the
She
first
doesn't-
things that comes to mind is
she
Belle in
wants-
the yellow dress when I think Disney princess.
She wants more than this provincial life. She wants to get out. She wants to see the world.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be a massive upset. It's a 12 seed against a 5 seed. It would be huge.
Yeah, this
March
isn't-
Madness is coming up.
This
folks.
isn't a cooking show. It's not fine when there's an upset. Like Belle's classic. Belle is the most successful Disney movie out there.
I'm making you guys fill out a March Madness bracket this
Like
year.
Belle is one of the I think Beauty and the Beast and Lion King are the two most successful Broadway runs.
Oh, we're going. Well, he's
It's
getting
the
into
cla-
Broadway now.
Well, I'm just getting into how I'm getting into the ether. I'm trying not to forget that beyond Belle, but Belle has created. Belle is like original six. Belle's Boston. Belle's Toronto. Belle's Montreal.
how
right?
many cups has Toronto won since 1964?
Tinkerbell is Seattle in this scenario.
I'm just saying, Belle hasn't won a cup since
It's
19.
tough for me. I can go either way on this vote.
You're right, Belle is
I give it
Toronto.
a slight advantage to Belle, just because,
say-
like I
I-
said, when I think Disney princess, I can picture her in that
When I-
yellow dress at the park.
You have to commit to your own logic, and if Belle is the Toronto Maple Leafs, that means first round exit from the playoffs.
But no, but it's not about sport. It's about what you present as a princess.
your analogy.
We need to all dress up as princesses for Halloween now. Like it only makes sense. Like let's embody
I
our
already
decisions.
did drag
here.
like in my mid-30s. I did drag for Halloween 3 years in a row.
I'm not
done
saying you have to
dressing
be
up
a
in drag.
female version.
Mike just wants to bring the eyeliner back.
Well, hey, dude, eyeliner and nail polish. That was my Charlie. Lost. I tell you, buddy. I
Charlie
sympathize.
It's tough. What do you guys want? Like honestly,
I
for
want
me,
Belle.
I'm good
I want
either
Belle.
way. I
Then
can
you
go
guys
Belle and
outvote me.
Tinkerbell.
I
either
think
way.
I made my
They
argument.
both have Belle in it. They both have Belle in their names.
No,
But
put her through. You guys outvoted me.
One
I can live with that.
one allows me to advertise this episode. One doesn't. So from a sheer jealousy and selfish perspective,
It wouldn't be a bracket if Jimmy didn't get fucked around.
you're gonna get fucked up on the street if you say Tinkerbell over Belle.
You put her here. You did this.
All right. I wanted to make this a little controversial.
The score was close.
Now the problem's Belle and Mulan when we get there. All right.
Okay, next.
All right. Next open bracket. We have
Next, I hate you guys.
original six. Again, we have Pocahontas versus New Age honorary considered on the fandom
But
site.
one of the big ones.
One of the big ones, one of the huge ones. We have Elsa from Frozen, which I have never fucking seen. So
And
I'm
one
doing
is
this blind.
deeply
Never seen
problematic.
Frozen?
I have not
You've never
seen Frozen.
Would you like to build a snowman?
That's Kristen Bell, man.
Who plays Anna? Is that?
There's a lot of deeply problematic issues with Pocahontas.
Okay. Yes, there is, and that's from the
Actually,
studio's
a lot of these
perspective.
princesses ended up being
Oh, yeah.
10-year-old girls.
Dude, like they've infantilized them all,
It's
right?
not
Like
good. Pocahontas, while being one of the original six, I think the impact that Frozen has had on
the
young
world
people in the world today.
as a better princess to say admire.
Also, their sequel did not go straight to video,
That's true.
where I think Pocahontas' sequel did go straight to video.
I don't know why they felt the need.
They
to
did a lot of
do
those.
That.
They did
Like,
a lot of those where the sequels went Fox and the Hound 2,
Yeah.
straight to video.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I don't know why they needed to. Like, it gets kicked in the dick all the time, and Disney just doesn't understand. Like, I'm not saying rip it down. It's part of your history. It's part of your legacy. It's part of your stupidity. It's part of your mistakes. But
Is
like,
it on Disney Plus?
I
gotta
don't. I don't.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Have they done another indigenous film, Disney,
No.
since?
No.
They did. No, they
No,
did like
did they?
Latin America.
Yeah, they did
Like
Latin
South
America.
American.
yeah.
They've done kind of everything else.
With
They've-
Encantado.
yeah.
Encantado was kind of like
Yes.
it wasn't really
Encanto.
First Nations, but it was
Encanto.
kind of
Encanto.
Latin America, but with
Yeah,
Latin America's.
but they
has a
haven't
bunch
touched
of
on
people who were,
indigenous
First
culture
Nations
since
down there too, so
Pocahontas.
it's-
No.
Okay.
And I mean, there's a lot that you could be like, hey, let's go back to when.
I think you got to just start fresh.
That's okay. Sure. Yeah. But like,
Start
that-
from scratch. There's lots of different indigenous stories that you could try.
That's my point. Is that
Yeah.
not this one specifically, but if you were going to do it, start from that.
not one that's
perspective.
been whitewashed.
Roy Disney washed.
And for all those reasons and more, I think we have to go with Elsa.
Yeah.
Also, whenever I do drugs, I like to refer to cocaine as Elsa now. Which
You
is
build
great.
a little snowman.
We're gonna hang out with Elsa tonight.
Want to get Olafed?
We're gonna hang out. We're gonna do some Olafs. Anyone got Olafs?
I know
So
from
they
a
crush up and snort oxys.
I know that the character that they tried to develop with Elsa is so strong with little girls. Like, there's that traveling show this weekend.
Yeah.
At the Burton
It's just
that's
the
inspired
impact
by
that it's
it.
had is just incomparable. There was going to be an original 6 upset, and there it is. Yeah. Well, I don't even know if that's an upset. Elsa competes on their own. What's next, Mike?
We have one incredibly classic princess versus one who's not a princess, but I think is classic Disney royalty. We have Alice from Alice in Wonderland versus
Is
Jasmine.
That Disney?
Yes.
Okay.
Alice in Wonderland, Disney, and then we have Jasmine from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Aladdin. Unconventional, but Alice is
One of these was made on acid. Yeah.
Had to travel through an entirely unknown, upside-down, tea-filled, drug-inspired underground world with talking cats and caterpillars and walruses
got a
and
live
carpenters.
action.
Both got a live action.
One got a giant blue Will Smith. One got a big-headed
Johnny Depp?
No, what's her name? Oh, she works alongside Johnny Depp and everything. Helena Bonham Carter.
Helena Bonham Carter. She's
I
the
got
Queen
that
of
first.
Hearts.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like, okay, Jasmine's qualities are obviously at first girl of the country, rich girl, daughter of a sultan, and then meets Aladdin and wants to see the world, and then you are opened up to this adventurous, fuck you, don't tell me what to do, don't tell me who to marry type person. Who then goes on this romantic journey, and then we have this fantastic animated
Does Alice
movie.
have? Is there a person that dresses up as Alice at Disney?
Yes,
Okay.
but not.
Yeah,
in
there
the-
are.
There are. Like
There
all
are.
of them are the Disney princess
Yeah.
experience by fandom
There is a-
standards.
yeah,
Like
okay.
this is slightly controversial because
They
by
have
Disney
an Alice that you can get in line for and see.
Yes,
Okay.
you can. But by fandom standards, they're being as articulate as possible by saying it's like new generation Survivor versus old generation.
Okay.
Where like the newer, like they don't consider Elsa true princess,
'Cause
but
do they-
she's a fucking princess.
Do kids nowadays watch like Aladdin and do they watch the old ones?
If you've got parents like Emily, Rob, and Mark, I'm
Right.
sure because that's our bread and
Because you
butter.
got to show them, right? Like
A lot of these qualities, like you said, infantilized these women, made them lesser than male gaze type shit, like all of that stuff that Disney was doing because that's the heroic story, right?
Right.
Like that's the message, and that's the shit they get
It's-
criticized
yeah.
for. So that's why I keep saying you're kind of searching through the muck of badly written women in animation to find the good qualities about them because they were designed by nature by men
right.
in animation studios, not consulting their wives. Like really,
Real sickos too, as it turned out.
yeah, like it's
You know who wasn't a badly written woman? Mulan.
no, she wasn't.
Hey,
And
Martin's
I
got a
don't.
point.
Martin's got a great point, and that comes post anger about Pocahontas and stuff like that, right? Where like
Is that true?
Pocahontas is
Mulan's
90s.
99, I think.
Yeah,
So it came out after Pocahontas.
Okay.
and
I think it
Pocahontas
was
is
the
96,
animated feature after
I
it.
think
95.
95, 96. Okay. So with Jasmine, yeah, I like Jasmine's like your dream girl. Jasmine's the one you want to go on the adventure with. Jasmine's the one that's like, yes, I'll do dumb shit.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, right. Like and she's got an adventurous spirit. Alice, Martin, thoughts?
I don't know. This one's a tough one. I mean,
Alice is fun, but I think
Alice is good. She is my only argument is Alice is the main character of a movie.
Yeah.
Whereas Jasmine is a supporting character.
We have
it's
used it,
called
yeah.
Aladdin, right? So she's not really. It's tough.
and
like
she doesn't
I
really steal the show either.
Yeah. I mean,
Alice's
I
story
like
is more fun to watch.
Aladdin. It was a great movie. I like Princess Jasmine. I like the characters. I like the genie. Everybody in it. Raja, the tiger's awesome. But
Just
I don't know. Alice is when I think
or-
of Disney princess, I don't picture
I don't
Alice
think
in Wonderland.
No, me either.
When I want to go to Disneyland, I see
You guys
Jasmine. I
survived
see.
You
I
know
see
Jasmine's
Belle.
gonna be there.
Yeah.
I see Cinderella in the blue dress.
Yeah,
I
you
see
do.
Snow White in that weird
Right.
dress that she wears, that weird multicolored dress that she
With her
wears.
sick ass bob.
That's what I see.
Her sick ass Bob.
It's period accurate.
I mean, I like the adventure that Alice goes on, and I like the character types about Alice, the curious nature, the fact that she's also gung ho to go on an adventure. The situations that she's in, she just uses her manners and her elegancy and her etiquette to get her through because she's the daughter of some rich
Right.
duke or some shit, right? But like, she's regal, but she's not a princess. All right, so we're out of the first round, listener. We're in the second round here. We're in the, I guess, quarterfinals, as they say. So we are back with two classics: the original, the OG, the reason that has brought us here on this hollow ground today is Snow White versus Mulan. Jimmy.
Snow White, Michael, I'll be honest with you. I told Zoe we were doing this, and then we had a full, at least 7-minute argument because I thought Snow White and Sleeping Beauty were the same person.
Oh, boy. I'm glad we didn't discover that together now.
I'm confused still how they aren't the same person.
All Disney princesses do not look alike.
Yeah, dude, seriously, what are you conflating?
They spend a lot of the movie sleeping.
Yes.
I thought that...
I understand parallels.
It's pretty much, it's the same movie.
But, like, isn't it creepy as fuck, though, when you're
One just
older?
has
One has blonde hair, one has dark hair, Jimmy.
I know,
It's
but
Betty and
one's
Veronica,
got little
dude.
guys, and then she has little ladies. It's the same movie. Don't act like it's not easy or it's not hard.
You're also
for me to get
forgetting
this
the little mouse, too. Like the Gus Gus.
One's all about little, with yarn spinning and shit like that.
Yeah.
Dragons.
Yeah. Princess. Like, tower.
I'm just saying she doesn't do a lot this movie.
They're totally wearing different colored dresses, Jimmy.
But
Mulan would not have let the huntsman pull a knife on her.
No, obviously not. Obviously not.
That's
Mulan would have pulled the knife first.
No, Mulan would have
sure.
slit his fucking throat.
Yeah. Fuck you, bud.
Mulan would have shot first.
She would have brought his heart back.
So I'm still saving my big hitting points for Belle.
I don't know what Snow White. You're right.
I'm honestly not even giving anything for Mulan right now because I know she's gonna advance. She should advance.
So comparing the sleeping aspect too, you're right though. With Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, they're like
not much personality there.
There isn't much to really. I mean, one might say Snow White is very forgiving of other people's differences and height problems.
Speaks to animals.
Speaks to animals. Like she's very open to whoever you are, wherever you are. Where Mulan...
True, she does eat poison fruit from a terrible old witch woman.
Which would create a sense of naivete.
I would not have eaten that fruit. I would have went, oh, thanks, and then thrown it away.
Yeah, you're not supposed to see candy from strangers. She broke the first rule.
Is that kind of stupid?
It's very stupid.
Bad street sense?
Well, it's like, did they not have Halloween?
Good point.
Do you eat all the apples they give you, all the bruised up apples by the end of the night?
I think if you were to put both of these characters in
each other's
downtown
stories.
LA, Mulan's gonna be surviving this one.
Yeah, I love how you're like refusing to use actual points.
That's not even a real point. That's not even the point I want to bring up. I came up with beforehand.
I'm going to save all
stuff. I'm just.
I don't think
this is all like appetizers. We're in the appetizer part of the debate for Mulan. I'm just giving you a little snippet.
It's making me
just
hungry.
A couple of things here and there, but I think the strong stuff. Just wait.
These apples are making me hungry.
I'm gonna crush up a bunch of apples on Halloween and make razor blade pie.
And dress like Snow White at the door.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're sick. This is why this should have never happened. All right, I think I don't.
Mulan's more inspirational. If I had a daughter, I would show her. I'd be more interested in showing her Mulan before I show her Snow White.
All right, Mulan moves
We're
on.
dinks. We don't have to.
On. All right, so we have Belle
versus Honora
versus Aurora.
Aurora.
Which is Sleeping Beauty's name.
Honora.
You really butthurt, eh?
I'm just confused, Michael.
I know. I don't know what makes sense anymore.
Scott Baker's Aurora.
Yes, Aurora, which is Sleeping Beauty and Sleeping Beauty. Again, Belle. Like, I think we're going to have... we're not going to have, because Belle and Mulan are in the same bracket, but I think we're going to have a definitely Belle and Mulan problem, because the sleeping thing,
There's no problem. There's no problem.
There's no...
There's no problem with Belle and Mulan because there's no problem.
We have one character who you don't really know, and it's just this adoration of this prince, right?
Yeah.
This rescue attempt.
That's it.
Sleeping Beauty. She wasn't that the one with the fucking, what do you call that? The yarn, the spinning of the yarn.
Yes,
and then she gets hit with the needle and falls asleep.
Yep.
That's
100%.
the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Again,
it's more about a big chunk of the movie, isn't it? The princess journey to fight the dragon.
Yeah,
wake
it's
up
more about
Beauty?
everything else.
That's a big part of it, right?
Exactly. Like she's a damsel in distress, which is
an afterthought.
Which is the old Hollywood storytelling, right? It's that simple man pining after woman, like all the deep shit that they're trying to theme out, which like is boring. I've always thought that that's boring, right? Like I'm a dude.
I'm bored.
I don't care. Like
I am not entertained.
I'm not. I am. But like, I mean, when you talk about Disney princesses, I've always gravitated to the ones that have a personality,
right,
and have depth and have character,
That's
and
right.
are good examples. Where this Sleeping Beauty, Snow White type thing, damsel in distress.
Not a good example.
No. It's like it teaches you to be fucking helpless.
That's right,
and it works because the prince will come save you. So
this is an easy Belle.
Yeah, she sleeps for over the quarter of the film.
Yeah.
In the movie, so Belle.
So how do you judge somebody who just looks good sleeping?
Nobody
I
looks
feel,
good.
I feel bad
sleeping.
for you. You're trapped. You're being rescued. Oh my God. Let's be like. I would imagine that
She seems like a vampire.
What I don't know about raising children, but I would imagine that would be more of the Kardashian of Disney, right? Like, I'm useless. I'm pretty. I can only look good for my life's work. So rescue me and be my protector and supply for me and all that.
You know, I'm glad we were able to take this win away from Honora.
Yeah. So we're in some classic waters again. We're in new. We're in old.
Some waters.
We're in. I wasn't even trying.
Look at him go.
Holy shit. So we've got Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Mark's pick, by the way, versus Elsa. So I think you've got
You can't make deals. The lesson in that movie is so
tough.
bad. She makes a
I
deal
know,
with the
I
devil,
know.
and then it all just works out fine.
selling everything of who you are for love.
Misguided love as well.
Like-
you don't know that, man.
They both have iconic songs, though.
They do.
Iconic songs,
Like
yeah.
Part of Your
do.
World,
No,
Little
that's
Mermaid,
incredible.
and then Let It Go with Elsa, right? So, I mean, they're just...
And you know, both movies, excellent side characters.
Is it known in Elsa that when she sings "Let It Go"? Because I've seen it. Is the
Yeah.
untying of the braid like because the braid
Symbolism?
is symbolism? Is that where she's like, "Let it go, let
I don't
be
know.
who
I
you
can't
are"?
remember.
Because
That's Ariel on the rock.
right, yeah. Well, and it's both heavy musical type Disney movies. Not all of them have big
Two different messages, though.
Very too much different messages. As much as you like Ariel, I think you sympathize with Ariel. I think
Yeah. Well, she doesn't know nothing. She fish woman.
I think Ariel were made to be like, oh, pat her on the head,
Right.
right, and like a puppy, where she's
She's just excited.
she's young. She's on
Lobsters play the xylophone or whatever. Like, it's not a realistic place that she lives.
King Triton. And,
Right, so you got to
and-
cut her some slack. That's how I feel about the dinosaurs from Land Before Time. Dumb as hell. Do they each... Only one has a live action. I'll say that.
That's true.
Only one of these got a live action adaptation.
I think that's
But
only because it's too early to make a live action.
Good
for
point.
Frozen.
Very good
Oh,
point.
I think they'll do it as soon as they can, though.
They will, but I think it's just too early. Like it's just one of those things that they're going through the back catalogs of live action first. Now they're gonna no problem. They're gonna do. They're going to do a live action Frozen for sure.
Yeah,
That's not a question.
That seems to
I
be
get
their
that, but
plan.
yeah.
There's got to be a moment
gonna
where
do-
like the major shareholders at Disney call every quarter and they're like, "So Elsa live action yet? Yeah, and then Disney's like,
No.
"Not yet, guys." And they're like, "But maybe
Come
next
on, right
quarter."
now?
And Disney's like, "Maybe
Money?
we'll talk."
Money?
Like it's got to be happening. Yeah, I mean Elsa again.
Ariel's tough to vote against, though.
Like,
'cause
what's
you're
Elsa's
right.
story? Just give me the Coles notes
She's got
here.
these frozen powers, can't be around people because she's crazy.
She's like exiled,
Like
exiled
Cyclops?
royalty, basically.
Yeah, like Cyclops. No, not like
She's-
Cyclops.
her best friend is a snowman.
Yes.
Okay,
named
so
Olaf.
she's exiled.
So she's exiled because of her powers, and then she learns that she doesn't actually need no man.
Why are those related to her powers?
I don't know.
That seems very
Listen, everyone at home, we told you we were going to get some things wrong.
Okay. All right. So you're speaking out of your proverbial ass. I get it. Ariel and Elsa is Elsa. I mean, as much as I am old school
Icon.
and love my Ariel and think she's iconic, I mean, it's
That movie did drum up a lot of extra hype for her, too.
for
The live action for Ariel.
yes, like when
When that was coming up, that was whether it was good heat or bad heat.
Like for me, it's a toss up. I don't know who to pick, but it's.
Flip
I
a
could
coin.
go either way. For
I'm just
Ariel
trying to
or
find
Elsa.
like where am I missing? And I know it's going to be Red. We're going to be Red the Riot Act, but where am I missing Ariel's? Like where I'm like, go Ariel. We're like Elsa. I'm like, okay, if you don't need these powers anymore and you don't need a man anymore, and she's got a sister, right? Does she have a sister? So there's family bullshit too. I mean, like whatever. All I know is that people flock to Elsa like she's the fucking Taylor Swift of Disney. So
No, that's a good point.
like there's just if we're talking about what makes the best princess here.
Mark's going to be mad.
I know. Fuck Mark. I don't care. This isn't about Mark. This is about the
Then I'm
princesses.
going Elsa with you.
So, like, yeah.
But you got to tell him.
I will. That's fine. I'll take him out for dinner and
All right,
explain it.
sit him down.
But, like, Martin, anything for Ariel that I'm missing?
Well, I think you have to give her
We're
credit
missing.
that she goes to a world that's totally different from her own and still makes it. She does make that deal with the devil kind of thing, but she still goes to another. She has the balls to go to another world. Like that's like going to space. Do you have the balls to go to space? Because she can't.
Well, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
But, like,
That
yeah.
might sway me.
Like, the fact that she's leaving everything, including herself, behind for love. Again, strong theme of
Taking a
Disneyland.
chance.
Taking a chance on Eric and a shaggy dog.
Terrible name for a prince.
She has a big gamble.
It is, because if it doesn't
She
pay off,
takes a
does
big gamble.
she's also gambling with
gamble.
what's her name? Why am I forgetting her name?
Ursula.
Ursula. Thank you. I was going to say Margaret. Sorry, Margaret, but
McCarthy.
Isn't that your mom?
Margot, but close enough.
I'm going Ariel. Martin switched me.
It's tough. It's tough. I could go either way. Like I said, I like both. I can go either way.
Michael?
Holy shit! Why do I care so
Mike,
much?
what are you picking?
I'm swayed. I'm gonna go Ariel.
All right.
So our last quarterfinal bracket comes down to
Jasmine and Cinderella.
Jasmine and Cinderella. I don't know. Like Cinderella is Cinderella. Like night and day is Cinderella. I don't get off the couch for Cinderella. It's not. I like Jasmine. Jasmine has.
They do a live action of that?
These Cinderella?
Yeah.
I think yes. Yes, they.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'll
if
look
they
it
did
up.
one or not.
I'll look it up.
I'll look it up on.
Okay, you look it up. But like, again, Cinderella is what Alice isn't, I guess. Right? A regal, all of those qualities, all of those manners, all of that princess stuff, but is trapped and can't get out.
Yeah,
And
2015.
2015. They did one. Okay.
I don't even remember it at all.
But again, like main story of they're not really given a lot of room to be more than like someone who's trapped. Like that's why you feel bad for her in essence, because she gets out, she gets the prince. The only
But
thing
for one night.
Well, yeah, but the only thing is that she's really not what he thinks she is.
They're
But
both kind of trapped, though. They're both trapped by different circumstances. Jasmine's trapped by her father to marry, so she can't really, and she wants to explore. Doesn't she meet Aladdin exploring the streets in disguise?
Yeah,
she escapes from
100%,
the palace. So
100%.
they're both trapped characters.
That's a good point.
Cinderella trapped by her
Evil stepsisters.
aunt. Is it aunt or step? I don't know. I can't remember what it was.
Stepmom and
Aunt?
stepsisters.
Yeah.
The one who
Yeah,
married, her
stepmom,
dad died,
stepsisters.
she married, and then
Yeah.
they were next in line for whoever the prince is going to marry. And
Oh yeah, evil stepmother. That's what it's called. Evil
That's her
stepmother.
name, yeah.
the character name.
Tough.
You are evil stepmother.
For me personally, the way I go for this, I like the underdog, and Cinderella is the underdog. So
Yeah, good point, man. Like Jasmine already has the riches. Jasmine already has she's trying to throw it all away, where Cinderella's trying to escape. So you don't in this sense, you don't feel.
But who do you want to hang out with?
I want to hang out with Jasmine. I want to go on a magic carpet.
Who do you want to get a beer with?
I want to show Jasmine the world.
I actually want to get a beer with Jasmine.
Right?
That's right.
I agree with
That's
Mike on
right.
that.
That would be shining, shimmering, and splendid.
That's right.
Like
So consider that.
She's got a fucking tiger.
Are we really going? Who do we want to have a beer with?
That's right. We're doing the George W. Bush argument.
Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be my vice president? Who do I want to have beer with? Yeah, I don't want. I mean, Cinderella. I feel I'd embarrass myself in front of. Like, you're supposed to curtsy and all that shit, and you fuck it up. Where Jasmine is
But
like,
she's a peasant too, so it doesn't matter. She's not on manners and shit. She's just one of the gals.
yeah,
one
but
of the guys.
she's one of the ladies in waiting, right?
guys.
Like, I feel cooler around Jasmine, right? She wants to be on the street.
Jasmine is the princess. That's the royalty where you have to kind of watch your P's and Q's sometimes.
But for
Cinderella-
everybody but her.
Cinderella was
Yeah.
indoctrinated into a monarchy. Jasmine's a part of it. She's original princess.
Yeah,
It's tough. It's tough.
I mean, I also have a sentimental attachment to Jasmine, as I do Belle, as I do Ariel, because those are the three that Shauna can sing blind.
Like where else are you gonna see? Where else are you gonna hear Glass Slipper? Like where else are you gonna hear?
Synonymous, right? But where else are you going to hear?
She has a carriage made out of a pumpkin.
Hang on,
You
what
know?
does Jasmine
And it's
say?
her
She
movie.
got mice that turns into to butlers and valets.
Valets. It's her movie.
Valets.
That's her.
I don't know.
fucking movie.
I'm either way. Jasmine has a tiger named Raja.
That's
Who's
fucking
awesome.
sweet.
She's really good around like wild animals.
Love the
I
tigers.
mean, wild animals. Aladdin's a wild animal at
She's
one
got a
point.
fucking Bengal tiger.
We're not even.
I'm going
hanging out in
Jasmine.
her
I don't
house.
care what you guys do. I'm voting
How
Jasmine.
gangster is that?
You know,
That's like some Scarface level shit right there, Jimmy. Scarface level.
Bippity
Martin-
boppity fuck you.
Martin, do you want to? What's your thought? Pick up.
I don't know, man.
Pick
This
it.
is
You gotta pick it.
I like Cinderella because of the underdog, but if we're doing who do I want to get a beer with, I want to get a beer with Jasmine. Just
All right.
hang out.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad that worked.
Shoot the
Everybody's.
shit.
Let's go get a Michelob with Jasmine.
Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
What did we
Sorry.
just? What did we
Sorry.
just run a marathon in a commercial?
Sorry, a Pilsner. Let's keep it Canadian.
I think she'd be more of a 1664 kind of gal.
Should be a little.
Oh,
should be
I
like a
like that.
microbrewery type gal.
No. 1664.
All right, this is an insane semifinal.
All right, Martin, what do you got? Give us your Mulan over Belle.
Yeah, are you going to use these points now that you keep talking about?
I kind of want to save some. Well, I guess Belle is the harder one to go past. So Mulan.
This is tough.
She saves fucking China.
It's very true.
I have more.
Very true.
But I'm
Yeah,
going to
all
throw
right.
that out there
All right.
just for now.
All right,
The stakes are high.
they are.
She saves fucking China.
I will say
Belle's stakes are very low.
Belle. Belle does more than
I
save
gotta
China.
get my dad.
Belle does more than save China?
Belle does more than save China.
China.
Belle saves the beast. Saving a nation
Wow, that's...
versus saving the death.
The
So
needs
the
of the many,
beast?
fucking
Wow.
Spock, bro.
I am.
Mike cares more
The
about
needs
the
of the many
beast
outweigh the
than
needs
he
of the
does
few or the
China.
one.
I'm sorry, China, but
Wow.
I am.
Michael would just obliterate ancient China to save the beast.
Nobody listens to us in China. We are fine. But like
Mike, China's always listening, no matter what.
China's always listening.
might not
I
know
feel,
that they're always
guys,
listening.
listen to me. Listen to me. I'm not saying one is better than the other. This is the Oscars. They're all great. We're
No, I'm saying one is better than the other.
okay.
It's
All right.
Mulan.
But how hard is it to turn the heart of stone of the beast around? Like, I feel that you're saving a nation of people who are like, well, I couldn't do it myself. We all would have died. But like,
Jimmy, look at my face.
quantifiably, I think it's harder to turn one's heart.
Gaston should have killed his ass. Because no one fucks like Gaston.
He's such a piece of shit, but Gaston
Has the best songs. He's
so
the best
hilarious
character.
in that.
He's so
and
hard not
his
to-
sidekick too.
You
as
don't got to
well.
read, baby.
Yeah, who's his sidekick? Played by Josh.
Oh, Gad.
Josh Gad in the remake.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You don't got to read, baby. I got you.
But Jimmy, what? Like, I'm just bringing up Jimmy's point to once again. Like, the side characters in Beauty and the Beast are what make Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, they do elevate Belle. They do. Where Mulan is
Whereas
elevated
Mulan
by
is Mulan,
just
and she
saving
fucking
China.
kicks
And
ass
you know,
in
Mulan's,
that movie.
Mulan's one of the guys. I'd get a beer with Mulan.
Exactly.
Seriously,
Jimmy,
guys,
there you go.
we're not
I would
playing
get a
poker
beer
with
with
princesses.
Mulan.
This isn't how
Why
we're
not?
deciding
That actually
this.
does sound kind of fun.
I know it does. This would be a fun fucking
I don't
table.
have enough money to keep up with them.
These four and us three on a poker table? Come on now. I'd play against Jasmine in a heartbeat.
Them, us, and Honora?
Belle.
I want to get a beer with. I want to get a beer with. Was it Le Pew?
Le Pew.
The sidekick. That's who I want to get a beer with. Le
Hell
Pew.
yeah.
Do you guys want to know who voices Lemieux, the candlestick?
Who?
The dad from Dirty Dancing.
Wow.
The
Oh,
dad.
really?
That's
That
the
guy?
voice of Lemieux. Go check
Wasn't
it out
he
online.
he was in Law and Order
He was
too,
in
wasn't
Law and
he?
Order for years. Yeah.
Law and Order. Yeah.
He's the gray-haired dad that everybody hires when they need like a fatherly
That's cool.
figure.
That
He
was
would
a
arrest-
good.
He would
fucking-
arrest people in Law and Order
role.
when they would dance too dirtily.
Ladies and gentlemen, your dinner.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't. Because he doesn't have a French accent at all.
No, he doesn't.
in
That's
Dirty-
it's
like he's not
100%.
French, right? So he just
Yeah,
hired him to do a
he's-
French accent.
He's
They
like
can.
Boston.
Or,
Here's
Yeah.
your fucking
He's like
dinner.
he's got a New York, right? Like, hey,
Donnie, I
yo,
went to Dunkin' and got your fucking dinner. Cut your nails,
Use
for
a fucking
God's
fork,
sake.
you fucking savage.
I don't know. I mean,
I do.
It's Mulan, brother. We outvote you. There's nothing you can do. I don't want to get a beer with Belle.
So we're going back under the water. We got blue flippers and we got blue pants.
I tell you guys that I wanted to do a parody song. It's kind of like Under the Sea, but it's called Under the Seat, and it plays when my phone gets lost in my car. Yeah.
You should do that.
Under the seat.
There's a whole
Under the seat.
there's a whole studio you can make. ringtones
Darling,
in.
it's wetter down where it's better.
Under
Take
the
it from
seat.
me. Ariel versus Jasmine. Jimmy Jasmine. That's your new name, Jimmy Jasmine.
Jimmy Jasmine. I mean,
Jimmy Jasmine.
I mean, if we're talking risk and stakes, Ariel's got a lot more on the line. Leaving
She
her
does.
whole family behind, making a deal with the devil, taking a lot of risk and a lot of chances. But Jasmine, leaving her whole family behind to hop on with Aladdin onto that magic carpet.
I can't argue that she has sacrificed more.
Yeah.
But again, when it comes to drinking whiskey, Jasmine just feels like
You'd want to get a drink of Jasmine.
I'd want to get
Ariel
a drink
can't
of
hold
Jasmine.
that. Ariel's been drinking her whole life, Michael.
That's
how she breathes.
It's not a it's not a request. It's a requirement. It's
she drinks
tough.
like a fish.
It's tough because Jasmine does come from riches, and Ariel throws away everything to be part of the rags.
But she also comes from riches. She's the daughter of King Triton.
That's true.
She's a princess.
They both are.
In the mermaid world, she is the 1%. They're both 1%. Right?
There's her, and then there's King Shark.
I'm okay with either one, but I think my inkling is, God, I like Jasmine. I just want to get a beer with Jasmine now. Never since you asked that question.
That's how I can't. I'm judging it completely
That's
on
pushing
this.
Jasmine on different. Just pushing her past these rounds.
It's
easily.
a different vibe, and Jasmine versus Mulan. Do you want to fight? Do you want to drink? Because it's Jasmine.
All right. It's tough. More. God, no.
This is gonna be interesting.
Like Martin's Jasmine, I'm Jasmine.
Yeah, I think that's it. All right. What a final.
Listener, we've come to the end of this bracket.
It's maybe not the one you expected.
And maybe you didn't even expect you'd listen to a show like this.
Well, they're
today.
both under the classic 13 Disney princesses.
They are.
Disney fandom.
They are. I'm glad we got here. I'm glad
they're considered
Thank
actual
God.
princesses.
Glad this
They're
isn't
actually in the
Tinkerbell and Ellis. Ellis. I'm glad it's not Llewellyn.
It's Peter Pan and Ellis.
All right, so Jasmine, Aladdin, Princess to Be, Mulan,
For me, it
ass-kicking
comes down
Chinese
to,
savior.
Do I want to train?
You just said it, Mike. You just said it. You just said Jasmine, Aladdin, and there's always the Aladdin with Jasmine and Aladdin. In Mulan, it's just Mulan.
I feel Jasmine
Just
separates
Mulan.
herself as a character enough from Aladdin. They're not a.
She doesn't need him.
He needs her.
He needs her more than anything.
Yeah,
but here's the thing about Mulan.
Okay.
The romance is a backseat. There's no real romance. The big.
I can't believe I thought you
the
were
main driving
God.
portion of the plot is for her to find her place in the world.
Yes, 100%.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I agree. Yeah.
And one thing that Mulan did as well that's really great, and once again, this came out in 98. Like, she breaks gender stereotypes.
Eddie
like
Murphy.
She doesn't want to. Also, Reflections, that song.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Reflections.
And am
Get
I
the fuck
wrong?
outta
Is
here.
Eddie Murphy
so
the dragon?
gangster. Get the
Eddie
fuck out of
Murphy
here.
Eddie Murphy as your sidekick, as the dragon.
Incredible. Eddie Murphy's been the donkey and the dragon.
I'm not saying you guys have to.
And
convince
also
me.
who voiced Mulan back in the original animation, Ming-Na Wen from the Mandalorian and Boba Fett.
Fuck.
Oh.
Okay, well, you just won Michael's vote.
That's
She's
right.
the original voice of Mulan.
Not that has any bearing on her character,
You
but
just got
it does.
Michael's vote, though.
I mean, all the gloves are off, right? The tiaras are off, so to speak.
The tiaras are off.
So like, it doesn't matter what fucking points. We're using beer as one of the arguments.
I don't want to get a beer with Mulan, personally. If I wanted to train to run a marathon, Mulan.
Yeah,
But if I want to get a beer, it's Jasmine.
Yeah. Okay. So then, what do you want?
Well, do I look like I'm running any marathons, Michael?
No, but that doesn't mean you don't have desire.
I mean, fuck. If I wanted to get in real shape, though, you could call Mulan.
She'd be Mulan training by Mulan.
I mean, also too, I think she's one of the best role models for young women in the Disney princess.
I
mean, she doesn't doesn't need a man. That's secondary to what she wants.
That's been one of our arguing points.
It is.
She feels lost. She wants to fight, but she lives in a world, and even at a time in the 90s where telling girls couldn't fight during that time, saying you can fight. You can be just as good as a man in this one.
Seriously?
That's the message that Mulan brings
You were saving that.
to people.
That sounds like a point that's been slowly making its way out the entire episode. I do not disagree at all whatsoever, and I'm not even going to be like, but what I am saying, but
you just butted your own butt.
No, I completely.
How's your butt doing, by the way?
I completely agree with you. I'm just stalling. No, it is a great, because when I thought about doing this, and I was like, okay, yeah, all seriousness, three childless dudes talking about Disney princesses, kind of creepy if you come across that on the internet. But like, sincerely and all, the Disney princess archetype has always been bad until stuff like this happened, right?
I think Mulan was one of the first where it was just like she paved the way for like an Elsa.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or a Brave. I
Mulan.
can't remember what her name, from Brave. Stuff like that, like the strong protagonist. Like, she was during a time where women were expected, they were expected to be
button up and
not
shut up.
heard.
Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah, exactly. She was one of the first to cut. She was like a pioneer. She was one of the first to bring that. And like I said, it paves the way for an Elsa, for a character like that.
You're saying Mulan saved China so Elsa could sing.
I don't even think Mulan's had a beer.
Yeah, I Jasmine needs. Jasmine comes from. She's not without. There's no real internal struggle.
When you think Aladdin, do you think Aladdin? Or do you think Jasmine?
I don't.
I think about the genie.
But I was trying to have an episode where we think about Jasmine instead of Aladdin, because that's...
I think about Robin Williams and I get real sad. How about that?
Like, if we're talking top Disney princess, it's got to be Mulan. Like, there's hands down
best
what she
role
did
model,
for, you know, I mean, she's the best role model. She is the best role model.
Yeah, I was just arguing until we hit an hour 45.
Hell yeah. Best internal clock in the game.
Yeah, no, right? We're at the end. It's good. I like that. I really like that. That's what I wanted. I didn't like. I all jokes aside, all whatever aside, misconceptions and all that stuff. I don't like the save me bullshit. That's the whole series, the whole line of like having a beer with Jasmine. That's sincere. That's, but no, that comes.
That's
from
what got George Bush elected.
But that also is what like you don't want the savior type. Like you want.
But that was Aladdin. Aladdin was in that point where it's like he was the savior. He's the one who's supposed to save it. Whereas in the story of Mulan is a savior. She's the one who's going to save it.
It's Mulan.
Jasmine is a side character to the story of Aladdin, whereas Mulan is the main character to the story of Mulan.
Okay, so before we peace out here. This was all brought to us by Snow White and all the craziness that's going on with it, and I thought let's take a minute before we do it. Like,
I just don't know who's asking for these.
I don't know who's asking for this either, Martin. Like what? Like
I don't know, man. I Disney hire me. I'll tell you what the fuck to put out.
Well, I know who it's for. Like it's for kids, but who's asking you to remake classics live action like this all the time?
It's money. They just want to make money.
This feels like it's for them though. Like,
do they make money?
These one hit, one miss live actions, right? Like Aladdin, miss. First Lion King, okay. Jungle Book remake live action, pretty cool, right? Like they're not.
I think the Beauty and the Beast was probably one of the best ones out of all of them.
I agree with you. I totally agree.
Because with Emma Watson playing fucking Belle,
I forgot about that.
Right? And I think it's for them. I think it's a way to package Disney shit and make repackage it, fix maybe a mistake or two.
You don't have to make any new ideas, Jimmy. Ideas are hard to make. So this way you just make a remake, make more money, package it into something else, make some money.
See Mickey 17 and the Monkey, for the love of God.
But let's be honest for a second, right? Like the things that got people's backs up about this were A, the character type of Snow White and the whole savior thing. B, we're going to make these mythical creatures. All right, no, we're going to make them little people. All right, but we're not going to use real little people. They're going to be CGI. Like, if you want us to want something, make us the things you want us to want. Not such a controversial pig of a movie, forcing Rachel Ziegler. Like, I don't even know how she's going to do this. Like,
she doesn't seem to be having fun with this
anymore.
No,
and this is unfair to her because, like, that was West Side Story. That was big. That got nominated. Like,
I can't believe that.
And then this, and then you're contracted to do it, and she's going to try.
She was great. If you watch Y2K, give that a watch. She was great in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we going to see it, Martin? Are you going to give Snow White? I'm not going to give it.
As three childless adults, no.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason to watch it.
This isn't for us.
It won't show up in my...
We don't understand it.
Yeah. If you think we missed something, if we got it wrong,
do we.
We do. We admit that. That's why we give you a response line. We are calling for you to respond, and it's in the show notes, and it's in the form of a voicemail. You can leave up to 3 minutes of your opinions. If this is an episode that you're like, you guys really should have picked Alice, we'll listen to you. You might not be right, but we'll listen to you. I have been...
Oh, no.
I have been Belle. I want more than this provincial life.
Personally, I think Tinkerbell should have went further.
My girl Mulan taking the seat. I can't complain. Can't complain.
All right. Say bye, everybody. Jimmy, tell them how much you love them.
No one fucks like Gaston.
Say bye, everybody. Say watch all the movies.
I'd say that was a pretty successful broadcast.